Alright, how's it going, guys? This is week 4 of the IPA. I know I don't have the layout, but it's because I literally just deleted my team builder for week 4, which I don't know why I did that because I haven't even uploaded week 4. I haven't even edited it or anything, so that was a mistake. But we're gonna do what we can. As you can see, I made I actually made 5 transactions, but those are 2 of them, the Beedrill and the Greninja. Um, so that's cool. I'll go over that for next week though, because um, again, without the layout, it's really hard to remember what I dropped and what I got. So, but yeah, those are the 2 that you needed. I think I dropped Mega Sharpedo for Greninja and Mega Beedrill I got in exchange for Nihilego. So those are just 2 of them. There's 3 others, but I think I dropped Kyurem and got Landorus Therian, and I dropped Registeel and got uh, Duraludon, and then I dropped something and got Mr. Rhyme for a Rapid Spinner. I forgot what I dropped Claydol and got Mr. Rhyme. So those are the 5 switches that I made. Just I didn't think I could think of them off the top of my head, but I did. Anyway, this week we're going up against the weekly L's. The team consists of Tornadus Therian, Gengar, Vaporeon, Mega Diancie, Volcarona, Metagross, Machamp, Drampa, Rotom-Mow, Piloswine, and Spiritomb. So my first mon I got here is the Scarf Manectric, which is really good against this team. It'll outspeed the Volcarona once it's at +1 because I have the Scarf, and that's what the speed's there for. Flamethrower is great for Metagross and Piloswine and Rotom-Mow, so that's awesome. And then Iron Tail, I couldn't really think of anything else I wanted on the set, so I just put Iron Tail there for Mega Diancie in case I can do that. So yeah, this thing I think really works because I need it for Tornadus basically, and it's also great for Vaporeon. So yeah. Next up we have Marowak Alola, which is really good against his team. I have Shadow Bone and Poltergeist. I also have the Lightning Rod so that I can switch into Rotom-Mow every time. I mean, I know he's probably going to be able to trick me, the Choice Scarf, because it's probably going to run Choice Scarf because it always runs Choice Scarves. Well, it doesn't always, but yeah, it probably will against me. I think it's Vaporeon plus Scarfed Rotom-Mow is really good against my team. So I have Fire Punch, Shadow Bone, Poltergeist, Substitute. Substitute's great just in case he switches and I can get a sub if I don't know what he's going to switch into. Like, it could be either Vaporeon or, uh, you know, Drampa. I don't know. So I go for sub so that I know what I'm hitting, so I can get a really strong hit off on that mon. And then yeah, if he brings Vaporeon with no item or really anything with no item, I can at least Shadow Bone it for some good damage, because otherwise Poltergeist will just fail if they have no item, and then I didn't really need any more coverage, so I don't really know what this is outspeeding. Like, I don't know what the speed's here for, but maybe a Piloswine. Oh, I think it's for Machamp. It's for a Machamp with a little bit of speed. Next up we got Miltank, Spadef for a few different things. It's nice for Volcarona. I can Rock Slide Volcarona. Mega Diancie, if it brings Diamond Storm, I should still be able to live too, because most Mega Diancies won't bring investment, like attack investment. And because of my speed tiers, he's probably got to run Mega Diancie with a little bit of bulk, because if it wants outspeed Manectric, it's got to run pretty close to max speed. So I can take most variants of anything the Diancie wants to do. I can fire back with an Earthquake that does about half to it, which means it can't really set up on me, which is great. Deals with Gengar pretty well too. I mean, Gengar does get Focus Blast, but that's a little bit of a risk because if he misses one and I Earthquake, that's just doing so much damage. We're also great for the Tornadus. We're great for the Tornadus. We can deal with Piloswine pretty easily. So this is just a mon that I think is a great switch into a lot of things. I can click Stealth Rocks, I can Milk Drink, and then Earthquake Rocks are really the 2 coverage moves that I think are most important here. Next up we got Beedrill. Now Mega Beedrill is running the Adamant Nature, max attack, enough speed for Tornadus Therian, which is the fastest mon on his team. And then we got Poison Jab, or U-Turn, Poison Jab, Drill Run, Swords Dance. So I know I have U-Turn and Swords Dance, but realistically, Poison Jab plus Drill Run really runs through his team, and I don't really need I don't need like an X Scissor. I'd rather have U-Turn, because in a lot of situations against his mons, I just click U-Turn. I don't click Swords Dance. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't even click Swords Dance. I just need the U-Turn out, and I'd rather have that than X Scissor. I don't even need Bug Stab against this team. It's just purely there for initiative. So that's nice. I think this thing's great. 56 in defense just because he's got a few priority options like Bullet Punch Metagross, Sucker Punch Spiritomb, Mach Punch Machamp, that won't do anything, but Sucker Punch Gengar, you never know. So I want to be able to take those hits if I can. Then we got Greninja, enough speed for Tornadus. We can U-turn again with this Mon, and really Dark Pulse, Ice Beam Surf is really good coverage against this team. I mean, I'm pretty sure it hits like Drampa, or no, Spiritomb, Machamp, and Vaporeon are the only 3 Mons that don't get hit super effectively by this Mon. I know I can Grass Knot for Vaporeon, but I don't think it's worth it because it takes 2 easily anyway, so it's not a big deal. Vaporeon's not that heavy, so we'll just, if we see Vaporeon, we go into our last Mon every time, which is Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is physically defensive, so not only can it handle Machamp, Piloswine, Metagross, probably even Spiritomb, but we can also switch in every time to Vaporeon. This is what this set is for. I ran this team by someone, and he helped me out because he said I had Toxic instead of Nature's Madness, but then because I think I just forgot Nature's Madness was a move, and then I put Nature's Madness on it. So then basically we can switch into Vaporeon. It can't Toxic us because Misty Surge comes up, or Misty Terrain comes up. I can click Taunt on it, so it can't Wish or do anything like that. And I just click Nature's Madness like over and over until it's weak enough to where I can get a safe switch into something. And or he just keeps it. Yeah, if he wants to switch, then he's just really weakened at that point. So Tapu Fini I think has a pretty good matchup against a few things. I think this is a pretty decent team against my opponent. Again, sorry about there not being a layout or anything. There obviously will be a layout for week 5 because I've actually already recorded that team builder. So we have to get a win here. If we don't win here, we have like no shot at playoffs. Maybe we have like a 1% shot, but I'm just gonna say that we gotta win here. Because otherwise the best we can do is 3 and 4, and that probably won't get us in the playoffs. There are 7 out of 12 of the teams will get in the playoffs, so it's more than half. So there's a chance a 3 and 4 team gets in, but overall, yeah, I'm gonna say we have to win this. So that being said, thanks for watching. I'll cut to the battle, and I'll see you guys there. All right, here we are with the battle. Going up against, like I said, Weekly L's Blackeron. I don't know how to say the name, whatever. As you can see, we were pretty. I mean, I didn't really predict a team, but if I were to predict a team, this would be pretty much it. Except for maybe Volcarona, but he does bring DNC, Tornadus, Piloswine, Rotomo. I really thought was gonna come, especially if it's Scarfed. It works really well with Vaporeon against my team because they can just full switch and flip turn around. So yeah, and then Vaporeon I knew that was gonna come pretty much. Does really well against pretty much every team. So looking at the team preview, I'm looking like Greninja is a pretty good lead. I thought about maybe leading Manectric, but I decided against that just because if he leads Piloswine, it's kind of a bad situation for me. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and play the battle. I lead with Greninja, like I said. He leads with Rotomo. I'm going to switch right out because I think he's going to be Scarfed. As he is Scarfed, goes for the Volt Switch as I get the +1 special attack. Now I'm going to predict the Piloswine, so I go for Flamethrower. Pretty easy prediction there. I knew that he had to switch because he was probably Scarfed the way he led with it, and he didn't want anything else to take a strong +1 Thunderbolt from Manectric. So he goes for the Earthquake against my Fini. That damage tells me it's like max attack adamant, so that's important to note. He's also probably max HP the way he took the Flamethrower from my Piloswine. So I go for Scald. I get the burn. Now I know Misty Terrain's up, but because Rotom's levitating, it's not gonna be affected by not getting it, so it can get status basically. I got a Marowak here because I predict him to go for Leaf Storm because he thought probably the Manectric was coming out. So now I have my Marowak and I just go for Poltergeist. He has to sack something basically, unless Vaporeon can take 1 hit, but even then, it's doing a lot of damage to that thing. So Piloswine goes down. Now he brings in Tornadus. I go for the Fini play, and he shows he's Life Orb, which is great for me, honestly. I'd rather him be Life Orb than like Rocky Helmet or Assault Vest or something like that. So now he goes for U-turn, gets a crit, whatever. I go for Nature's Madness here as he does bring in Vaporeon, which is great. I was thinking he probably doesn't want to bring a Rotom there and take even more chip. So now I go for Taunt, and obviously he's going to go for the Wish there. So I can just go for another Nature's Madness. This thing's going to be down to about 30%, 32. as he's going to go for the flip turn. It does 5% to me. Now my Finny is getting whittled here, but that's really okay because this thing is for Vaporeon, and Vaporeon can't do much to me anyway, so that is really whatever. I go into Miltank here is kind of a middle ground because I didn't know if he wanted to go for Trick, Leaf Storm, or Volt Switch. He does go for Trick, which is a little bit unfortunate here because, I mean, I do outspeed him to get the rocks up, but that doesn't really matter. Actually, it does because whatever comes in is going to take the rocks damage. So he goes to Vaporeon. I know he's going to Wish here. I can't do much about that because I'm locked into Stealth Rocks. So I go into Beedrill. And I think I just fire off I want to get the Mega off. And I just fire off the U-turn. He brings in Volcarona, which is a pretty risky play in my opinion, because if I go for Poison Jab there, he's just gone. But U-turn goes off, does 40% to him, so he's going to get a big Wish from Vaporeon. That's fine, because I can just bring in Mirror here. And pretty sure I just click the Shadow Bone here. Yeah, I clicked the Shadow Bone because I didn't want to miss anything. Anything he wants to bring in takes a lot of damage from that, so yeah, that happens. So he goes into DNC here. I know he's going to Mega, and well, he might not if he wants to set up, but I didn't want to risk switching anything in, so I just let my my Marowak go down. He does get the time or +2 defense, which is fine because I go into Greninja. This is, I think, the play of the game here. I go for U-turn as he's switching to Vaporeon. This gives me so much momentum. If I had Surf there, which I probably should have as a safe play, because if I U-turn there, I sack something else, which just is really bad for me. But since I U-turned, I get Lynx in, and he has to either sack something or I don't know, take a lot of damage on something. So I just go for the Volt Switch. Vaporeon's down, so now I have free reign with Greninja. So Greninja's gonna come in here, and he goes into Tornadus, which is fine. I can go for the Ice Beam. It doesn't kill, which I was kind of like, oh, shucks. Because I was thinking it probably doesn't kill there, but it was really close. He actually doesn't kill with U-turn though, so I'm able to knock him out passively with the Life Orb. And then I can just bring in Volcarona and I just surf twice and win. So it's going to be a 4-0 since I'm going to die to Life Orb. I was thinking maybe I switch against DNC, but I was probably going to lose something if I switch anyway, so didn't want to risk that. Didn't want to risk him going for like a Rock Polish and then sweeping me. So yeah, it's going to be a 4-0. We just needed a win here, so that's what we got. Pretty solid. I mean, really quick battle. It was only 22 turns. Again, like I said, I think the U-turn on the Vaporeon was huge. If I go for Surf there, he heals, then he can Wish as I bring in Beedrill. I mean, I probably win anyway. It's just going to be much longer, and it'll probably be much closer, like a 1-0 or a 2-0. But I still think I had the weapons. If I get one SD up in that game with Beedrill, I basically just win as long as I can hit a drill run against the DNC. I just win. So that's something to note. But anyway, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for watching, and the comeback is real. Hopefully, I mean, if we lose next week, then it's whatever. I made it not like a promise or whatever, but I just said like to myself, if I lost this game, I would just bring like straight up heat. I would just bring like Specs Miltank and like Banded Finny or something, you know, every single week, or like especially offensive Beedrill, because it wouldn't have mattered. Like I can't get in with a 3 and 4, much less like 2 and 5 or whatever. So, but because I won this, I have to actually try. But if I lose next week, I can just run heat for the last 2 weeks, which could be fun. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be that. I'm glad that I can finally get a win here, because the other league isn't going too well for me either. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week probably for either OFC week 3 or IPA week 5. So yeah, see you then.